Interpretation of verse 19 of Sura An-Nisa. It is reported that Ibn Abbas said, when one of them died, meaning pagans, his relatives had more rights to control the fate of his widow. If a relative wanted, then he married her. Otherwise, they either gave her in marriage or did not, retaining more rights to her than her relatives. On this occasion, the verse was sent down, O you who believe. You are not allowed to inherit women against their will. Do not obstruct them in order to carry away part of the marriage gift that you gave them. This hadith was narrated by al-Bukhari, Abu Dawud and Ibn Jarir. Interpretation of verse 23 of Surah An-Nisa. It is reported that Ibn Abbas said that the Prophet, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, was offered to marry the daughter of Hamza, to which he replied, I cannot marry her because she is the daughter of my foster brother. All prohibitions related to consanguinity also apply to dairy kinship. This hadith was narrated Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, An-Nasai, Ibn Majah and others. It is reported that Ibn Abbas said, in times of ignorance, people considered it forbidden to marry women who cannot be married, except for the wife of the father, and except for marrying two sisters at the same time. And then Allah revealed the verse, do not marry the women your fathers were married to, unless it happened before to the words it is forbidden for you to marry two sisters at the same time, unless it happened before. This hadith was narrated by Ibn Jarir, and its narrators are the narrators of the hadith included in As-Sahih, except for Muhammad Abdullah al-Marami, who was trustworthy. Interpretation of verse 24 of Surah An-Nisa. It is narrated that Abu Hurairah said that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, said, do not marry your wife's paternal or maternal aunt. This hadith was narrated by Ahmad, al-Bukhari, Muslim, Abu Dawud, An-Nasai, Ibn Majah and others. Ibn al-Jawzi wrote, there are two opinions about this verse. According to the first of them, it is about the pleasure that a person receives from a permanent marriage and about the payment of a marriage gift. This opinion was held by Ibn Abbas, al-Hasan al-Basri, Mujahid and most of the other commentators. According to the second opinion, it refers to a temporary marriage. It is known that Ibn Abbas allowed this at one time, but subsequently abandoned his views. This opinion is shared by all Muslim scholars, except for the Shiites Imamists. The Almighty said, who protect their genitals from everyone except their wives or slaves, whom their right hands have taken possession of, for which they do not deserve reproach, while those who wish beyond this are criminals. From this verse it follows, what a man has the right to enter into intimacy only with a wife with whom he has entered into a permanent marriage, as well as with a slave who belongs only to him. The Almighty also said, whoever does not have wealth to marry believing chaste women, let him marry believing girls from among the slaves that your right hands have taken possession of. From these words it follows that, if a man cannot marry a free believing woman, then he should marry a slave and not enter into a temporary marriage. It is reported from the words of al-Rabi'a Sabra al-Juhani that his father heard the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, say, O people, I allowed you to enter into temporary marriage with women. But verily, from now on, Allah has forbidden it until the day of resurrection. If any of you is bound by such bonds, then let him let go of this woman and not take from her what he has already given her. This hadith was narrated by Muslim and Ibn Majah. Another tradition says that during his reign, Umar al-Khattab said during a sermon, indeed, The Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, allowed us to enter into temporary marriage 3 times, but then forbade it. I swear by Allah, I will stone any married man who enters into a temporary marriage if he does not bring 4 witnesses that the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings of Allah be upon him, allowed it after he forbade it. This hadith was narrated by Ibn Majah with an authentic chain of narrators.